Welcome to class, everybody. Today we'll be practicing Yin Yoga. We'll be practicing to boost our immunity. So we'll be looking at draining the excess lymph fluid that can sometimes get stuck or become stagnant in the body. So we'll be looking around the groin, all around the armpits and around the throat as well, the neck drainage. So we'll be doing different poses today to help relieve these areas of the body and to create freedom, space, and make us feel invigorated by the end. Okay, so let's come to our mats. Allow yourself to sit comfortably. And if this is your first yoga class, then taking something just to lift your hips so you can sit comfortably on the floor. You can also tuck your legs into a normal crisscross shape. So allowing yourself to sit up nice and tall. Allowing shoulders to melt down away from your ears. Allowing eyes to close. Starting to check in with your body. Just beginning to notice how you're feeling. Whether you're feeling a little tired or a little frantic. Whether you're feeling a little tight. Taking a breath in through your nose, fill your body with air. And with a big sigh, exhaling out through your mouth. Releasing any stress, any anxiety. Take another cleansing breath in. Exhale, release. Taking one more breath here. Noticing how good it is to feel your body expand with air. Exhaling with the intention to shed. Now letting the breath soften and return to normal. And we'll start to comb through our bodies with our mind. So looking for areas of tension, tightness. And inviting those muscles to soften. So checking around your face. The space between your eyebrows. Around your cheeks. Noticing if you're holding your jaw. And just start to let it soften and drop. Feeling down the back of your neck. All the way to the tops of your shoulders. Allowing neck to lengthen. Shoulders to melt. Now allowing both arms to drop. Really begin to feel the touch of your fingertips in your lap. Starting to feel across your upper back. Feeling the left shoulder blade. Even feeling underneath it. And then moving to the other side of your spine. Feeling into your right shoulder blade. Getting underneath that one as well. Starting to feel under your arms and around your armpits. Noticing any sensations here. We'll start to move our way down the back. So drawing your attention to the middle of your back. And beginning to soften and glide down to your lower back. Noticing if your tailbone is lifted or if it's curled underneath you. Starting to feel your sitting bones, two little bones that press into the floor when we sit down. There's one on the left and one on the right. Seeing if you can balance your weight evenly and press both into the ground. As you press down, feel your spine rise, creating space around your chest and your belly. Keeping this, encouraging around your outer hips, encouraging them to relax. Allowing legs to drop heavy, rooting you to the earth. Allowing feet to be soft. And then drawing your awareness to the front of your body. Feeling around your heart. Moving down to feel around your belly. And noticing what happens if you lean back a little into your back body. Feeling the muscles that elongate your spine to light up. Feeling space from your heart down to your stomach. Now beginning to practice with our breath to create space from within, to calm and balance us. So breathing softly in through your nose, breathing down to your belly as you feel your belly rise and your ribs start to open all the way around the front, sides and the back. Feel the breath expand up to your heart. As you exhale out through your nose softly from the top and the ribs and your belly. So breathing in again, allow the breath to pour down from your nose to your belly, to your ribs, to your chest. Exhaling from your chest, your ribs, then your belly. Hugging navel in and up. Taking a couple more breaths together. Breathing in, let the breath wave through you. In your own time, breathing out. Another breath. And you're out. And now letting go of our breath practice. Very slowly, allowing eyes to open, drawing yourself back into the room. ready to begin our gentle physical practice. So sliding any props out of the way. First we'll begin lying on our backs in a sort of a knees to chest, like an upside down child's pose. So resting the head comfortably on the ground. If you need a pillow or anything to support under your head, you can. Now making a point here to press shoulder blades down away from the ears, so no crunching around the neck. And here we can rest the hands, either interlace the fingers on top of the legs, or if you want, you can hold underneath the back of your legs here. And we're going to breathe and allow the back of the body to settle into the earth. And from here, we're allowing the drainage from the feet coming all the way back up to the hips here. So we rest and breathe here for a few minutes. Coming into your breath. Taking a breath in. When you exhale, allow your hips and your head to press into the ground. Feeling the shape of your spine. Realign and rebalance. And here, just start to release any cares and tensions. Allow eyes to roll deep into their sockets. Face relaxed. Trying to soften any hidden tension around jaw and around shoulders. Allowing yourself to fully surrender. Taking one more breath here. Feel your belly and chest rise. And breathe out. And from here, we're going to move into a pose to open into our groin, into our hips a little bit. So a happy baby. So from this position, opening the knees a little way, and starting to lift the lower legs up. So they don't need to be straight, but here we start to create a stretch on the inner thighs. So taking the hands inside the legs and beginning to take a grip with the outer foot So if this is too far away, you can hold onto shins or just take a rest like this, making sure shoulders can reach the ground and relax back and down. Either resting this way or drawing the feet in a little deeper. You should feel around your outer hips, around your inner thighs, maybe a little into the backs of your legs. There should be no pain in your knees or your neck. So either supporting your head with a pillow or releasing your grip a little further up your leg. So for here, we'll allow this pose to evolve in our bodies. Set the timer. With every exhale, see if you can press shoulder blades, back of head, and tailbone down to the ground. Noticing where you're gripping or holding, and inviting it to soften. Checking fingers, legs. Breathing slow and deep into belly. Maybe breathing in for the count of 4. And softly exhaling through your nose for your count of 4. Taking one more soothing, lengthening breath. And exhaling, releasing your feet, hugging your knees back towards each other. Maybe a rock from side to side. You're feeling a lot more stretch and energy around your thighs now. So taking hold underneath your legs, using your lower legs just to rock you up a little way, coming up to the seat. Thanks everyone. Okay, so here we're going to take a pose that's going to open towards the front of the body and a little deeper into the hips and around these lymph nodes here in the groin. So for this one, if you have your blanket to pad under your knee, then I suggest that. Or you can roll your mat over onto the side, or you can do this without padding at all. So from here, finding your comfortable position. And we're going to walk our right foot to the top of the mat. So taking a lunge position here in our dragon pose. So keeping the hips nicely aligned. We're going to walk the front foot out towards the edge of the mat just a little way and turn the toes towards the top corner into a bit of a diagonal. This just changes the way the hip sits in the socket, helps to open up a little deeper so we can go right into this groin here. You might feel a stretch on the front of your left hip as well, so an extra little bonus here. So keeping the knee and the heel alignment, so not falling too far over the foot, nice long line here, and taking your hands inside this leg, either sitting with your fingertips on the floor. If the floor's a little far away, taking a block and sitting up a little bit higher here. If you don't have a block, and some books or a sofa cushion or something just to lift you. Again, if you don't have props, take your elbows to your right knee. So from here, we'll take some moments just to allow our body to open, to soften into this shape. Maybe allowing eyes to close, allowing breath to start flowing from your nose, breathing into your hips here. Every exhale, seeing if you can soften and drop your muscles like a rag doll. The stretch should be comfortably uncomfortable. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being can't feel it and 10 being excruciating, we sit at a 3 or a 4. So keeping that slow breath to guide us. The breath becomes fast or you can't slow it down. And drawing yourself back out of the pose just a little bit. As your body softens, you can allow your right knee to drop out. You're moving to the knife edge of your foot. If it's available to you, you can begin to draw your chest a little lower down, maybe bending elbows. Taking another breath here. And when you exhale, press hands down if your elbows are on the floor, lifting them up. And starting to draw right foot to the back of the mat, either with a shuffle, draw your hips back, come to tabletop pose, hands and knees. You can take a little roll here, rocking hips in a circle, and the other way. Drawing hips to heels for a moment here, just to feel into the body. Closing eyes, just feeling And comparing sides here. You're feeling a little boost of energy, yet a subtle calmness. And when you're ready, opening eyes, we'll move over to the other side and even up the hips. So coming again onto hands and knees, this time stepping your left foot to the top of the mat, into our lunge. Excellent. And then beginning to step this foot out towards the edge of the mat a little bit, over to the side, and then turning the toes to the top corner of the mat. A nice 45 degrees here. Gives a little more space for the hips to just soften out. Keeping back toes rooted to the floor. Again, taking hands inside left leg, and keeping your chest facing forward, heart directing in this direction. Keeping neck long. And starting to explore your way into this shape. So maybe it feels a little tighter or a little looser than the other side. Using your breath as a tool here to weave into the tight spaces. Making your body feel safe. When your body feels safe, it opens up so fast. And if you want to bend your elbows, maybe coming down towards the floor, or placing a block under your arms, just to give you some support. Dropping a little deeper with every exhale. Taking one more soothing breath all the way down to your toes. And exhaling, slowly moving out of the shape. Coming back to tabletop. So move gently, glide your hips back. And if you can help your foot move, then help your foot. Again, let's maybe take a little roll with the hips here. From here, we're going to come and take a moment just to sit back on the heels. And again, just feeling into hips, here, into lower belly. You're feeling a little more even. Feeling an energy moving up from the legs and pelvis, kind of gushing upwards. Slowly opening eyes and coming back. Now we'll take a little inversion, so a yin inversion, which means our hips higher than our heart. And it's our only standing pose in yin called dangling. So we can do this kind of free, or we can use a wall for support, and I'll show you both so you can play and choose what you want to do today. So with this one, we're going to keep knees bent, feet hip distance apart, and toes spread wide across the floor. A nice big bend here, taking the arms into a cross position and allowing the head to drop down. So here we start to allow the tailbone to lift up, the knees obviously really deeply bent, and here all this fluid that we're starting to release from the lower body starts to rush all the way up, rushing out from the groin, the armpits, stimulating our immune system. So you can either dangle in the middle of the room on your mat, or you can use the wall for support. So here, drawing the hips to press onto the wall, knees bend, and again, same thing here, pressing back, and letting your head hang down. Whatever you like to try today. So for the next 2 minutes. Explore this practice of really dropping your head. Relaxing your shoulders. Maybe starting to lift from your inner thighs. Keeping knees deeply bent. Having a little rock from back and forth. Your eyes closed if that's okay for your balance. Feeling into your body. Taking one more breath. And exhale, release your hands. You can bend your knees, maybe a little walk out here, shaking hips. And we'll come, take a seat down on the floor. Shaky legs in that one, hey? It's really good for us. Build a little strength on the front of the legs, create a bit of space in the back. So from here, we're going to take shoelace pose with archer arms. So shoelace is the legs, the hip pose, to help open up an external rotation of the hips here. And the archer pose with the arms is to help relieve into shoulders and underneath the shoulder blades, right at the front and the back. So we'll take the right leg on top here. So you can either cross at the ankles, so right leg on top, or to come a little deeper, start to cross the knees. So you can stack the knees like this, and you should feel a real deep stretch around the top, sorry, the right hip here to stretch. Excellent. That's the way. So different variations, the knee might be up a little bit or down. So as long as knee is safe and doesn't feel tweaky or sore, then this is okay. If it does, then just uncross a little bit and create more space here. So let me mirror you guys. Keep right leg on top. And from here, we'll take the right arm nice and high. So lifting all the way up and then turning the palm to face the back, and we're going to bend into the elbow here. And in the other hand, we turn the thumb to the floor and start to take a reach, either grasping fingertips or holding into your t-shirt at the back here, or reaching like this. So a nice lift, taking some breaths. And from here, we take our position, allowing spine to be long. Seeing if you can lift your right elbow up to the sky. You should feel a deep stretch here, right under your tricep. Down your armpits, maybe even down the lats, down the side of your body. You feel a nice opening around the top of your left shoulder. Here, focusing in on your breath. Keeping your chin parallel to the floor. It's an easy one to try and lift the chin, keeping the neck long. Noticing if you're gripping in the hips. So with your next exhale, drop. If you've been carrying heavy shopping bags, and you just drop them. One more soothing breath in. Reach your elbows away from each other. And then exhale, release the clasp with your fingers. Release your arms. Give your shoulders a little roll. And taking your hands slightly behind, lean back to release your legs. Your knees will rock from side to side. Super intense for the whole body here. So we'll let this one absorb in. So we'll come and take a mini shavasana, just to lie out flat across the ground. So come to lie down, taking arms and legs wide and long. And here, just a breath in, and exhale. Exhaling all the stuff that's churned up. Just feeling the sensations that have come up from that last pose. Maybe you feel an intense tingling or buzzing sensation. Taking one more breath here. And then hug knees to chest. Give yourself a bit of love. And then we'll make our way back up to a seat and come on to the other side. So this time taking left leg on top. So again, as I always mention in classes, hips and the entire body can be slightly different from side to side. So starting like this, just to see how this feels on your hips. And if it's perfectly comfortable and you've got a little bit more space, starting to cross the legs a little deeper. And really drawing the feet in towards the hips. And if you can't feel much here, starting to press the feet out a little way to rotate the hips a little deeper in the sockets. So a few different levels here just to play with. Again, top hip, you might feel a big stretch around the outside hip. Sitting up nice and straight, pressing sitting bones into the ground. And we come to the other side with our archer arms. So left hand comes out. Take a big reach here as your spine sits tall and reach all the way up to the sky. So nice big stretch down the lats. And then bending elbow and starting to take a little stretch down the triceps here. Take a reach out with the left arm, the right arm, thumb to the ground, and then bending here. So nice rotation into that shoulder. Either grasping t-shirts or just something. You don't need to grasp your fingers if they're too far away. You just need to feel a nice opening around both shoulders. And a nice stretch across your front, feeling your back ignite. So let's take a moment to explore this shape. Checking that the chin isn't jutting up or curling, crunching down. Letting neck be long. Take a big breath in, directing your left elbow up to the sky. Exhale and soften. Allow your hips to mellow and to drop. Allow breath to move from nose down your whole torso. Noticing any areas of tightness or restriction. Feeding it with breath. Letting the breath unstick all these tight places. Another breath here. Direct stretch your elbows away from each other. Exhale, release your fingertips. Release your arms and roll your shoulders for a moment. Ooh, stretchy. And taking hands behind to lean back and give your legs space to uncross. And rock from side to side. Excellent. We'll take another moment here just to lie flat, just to let that sink in. Keeping ourselves nice and even. Arms and legs wide. And feeling into your body. So noticing the areas that are speaking to you the loudest. Perhaps it's around your shoulders, your hips. Responding to it with breath. Taking one more breath here as it integrates into your body. And sigh to shed. And beginning to make our way back up to a seat, however you'd like. Here, I'm going to take a little neck stretch. So if you want to sit up on something or sit in a chair, you can sit on your knees, just how it doesn't matter however the legs are, just need to be really comfortable for this. So we're going to take a little opening here into the neck, releasing all these lymph nodes that sit up here in the last part of the body. So from here, we'll just take a moment just to roll really gently into the neck. So coming from one side, and then rather than dropping the head back, we'll lift the chin. So like you're directing your chin to the sky. And then rolling just very, very gently. Just here, we're just taking a moment to feel into our necks. Just to notice where we're carrying tension. We'll do that one more time, so lifting your chin up. Maybe even closing your jaw. Feel the stretch down here. Way. Just even it up, we'll go the other way. Keeping chest high, not rolling down. Again, closing jaw, lifting chin. Maybe you feel tighter on one side than the other. One last roll, opening. And meeting back in center. So from here, we're going to let the neck roll over and we'll start over on the right side. Taking a moment here, just looking down towards, if you're wearing a top with a pocket, looking down towards your breast pocket. And from here, then just starting to very gently lift. And we just take a moment just to find where that area of tension is. It's really personal for everybody. We all carry it in different places. And when you've found it, we'll just pause. We'll hold for a couple of minutes. So either staying like this, or you can begin to deepen the stretch by gently resting your head very, very gently, not pulling. Hand can settle down here. And we can maybe reach out the opposite arm, just walking it a little bit further away. So for me here, in this position, I'm getting a stretch down my neck, then across the top and the back of my shoulder as well. So from here, finding your space, And then we'll just sit with it for 2 minutes. Feel free if this place starts to release, maybe find another area, lifting your chin. Just checking the shoulders haven't risen up to the ears. Sitting up tall, just leaning into your back body just a little bit. Another 2 breaths here. And when you're ready, releasing your right hand, very gently allowing your head to come back to center. Taking hands to knees, just closing eyes for a moment here. Sort of feel the difference from side to side. And we'll calm and even it up. We'll take the head over to the other side. So again, start by dropping it your left ear to your left shoulder, and then directing your gaze to your breast pocket. This starts to open and create space around the side of the neck. And it's going to find the right angle. Have a little lift with your chin. Maybe the side is completely different to the other side. And when you found the place you'd like to work with, maybe coming deeper and resting your left hand on the side of your head. Maybe walking out with your right arm to intensify. So keeping shoulders melting down. It's a little trick of the body to try and hack this. So wanting to rise up to decrease the tension. The more we soften and we expand, the deeper the stretch. Feeling free to adjust the angle as you need to throughout this time. The 2 breaths here together. And when you're ready, releasing left hand. Very softly lifting head back to center. Maybe just taking a little release. You can roll gently and softly from side to side. Maybe looking to the right and looking over to the left. Anything you need to do just to release. Okay, ladies. So now we take a moment to integrate all of these poses in the practice into the body. So like when we cook, this is the part we're baking, we put into the oven and we allow the magic to happen. Okay, so we call this in yoga shavasana. If you need blankets or layers to keep yourself warm, be lying on the floor for the next 5 minutes just to settle, consolidate, and feel pretty good after this. So, taking any props you need. You have your blanket handy, you can use to support your head or to cover yourself up. You have an extra pillow, maybe propping it underneath your knees. So bending knees to release the lower back. And then allow yourself this time to spread out super wide. Take up space. Take a breath in, fill your body. Exhale, releasing every muscle. Now allowing your bones to drop. Letting go of your breath, allowing it to be smooth. Dropping your head into the floor. Allowing shoulders and upper back to follow. Allowing pelvis to drop. Allow legs to sink into the ground. Feet can roll in or out. Now tapping into the sensations that you can observe in your body. Noticing what you're feeling, where you can feel it. It's your fingers, the tingling, your toes, around your hips. Exploring each corner of your body. Allowing the sensations to wash over you. They heal, restore, our bodies regenerate. Starting to come back to your breath. Letting ribs expand. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes. Beginning to stretch your arms and legs. Yawning or sighing. And then gently bending your knees to your chest. Letting you rock from side to side. Just releasing and massaging your back. And when you're ready, begin to roll over to your favorite side. Just supporting your head. And allowing yourself this moment to drape across the floor. Taking a big breath in, feeling it wrapping around inside your body like a big hug. As you exhale, begin to guide yourself up to a seat. And slowly, keeping your eyes soft or closed. Taking a moment here to feel the changes. Feeling the residue of the practice in our bodies. Taking a final breath in together as a group. Exhaling to release. Drawing palms together at your heart and bowing your head to your hands. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for coming to practice some Yin Yoga with me today. It's a pleasure to teach you, and so lovely to see you all coming out. Thank you so much.